This is the Genesis UltraMAX, the most advanced water system built on the market today. The minerals that you just seen are used inside all three of these tanks. They're divided up because the more contact time the water has with the mineral, the cleaner your water is going to come out. The first tank contains KDF 85, Centaur catalytic absorptive carbon, and filter egg. And in the bottom of it, like all three of them have, are the garnet and the rock because of the water pressure. And in the second tank, you're going to have the KDF 55 with the activated coconut shell carbon. And of course, at the bottom, you're going to have the garnet and the rock. Both tanks contain a kinetic cell. The kinetic cell is used to change the polarity of water. Water in this hemisphere spins in a counterclockwise direction, which throws the minerals to the outside and sticks to the pipes and plumbing. But when it goes through a kinetic cell, it actually reverses that. And it pulls the minerals to the inside, which kind of lines the molecules and sends it on through. So years down the road, you can open up your pipes and plumbing in the house, and they'll be perfectly clean. Because not only does this system protect you from the contaminants in the water, but it keeps the pipes and plumbing in the house like new. And in the third tank, the little black one, that's the pH tank. That's where those last two minerals, the magnesium oxide and the calcite, were mixed together in order to bring the pH up in the water. That is the only maintenance on this entire system. And that is only on an average family, maybe every 4 or 5 years, you may have to refill that. It depends on how much water you use. You just have to add the calcite corsex, is what it's actually called, on the inside of it. And don't worry about that, adding the mineral to the pH tank, because it's an easy operation. All you have to do is open up the top of it. It screws right off the top, and you siphon a little bit of water at it and refill it. Now that we've talked about the minerals on the inside and the pH, let me explain why it works as well as it does. The filter egg is put in there to keep the turbidity, which is the large particles in the water, from coating the carbon, because that's what makes carbons go bad. The KDF is put in the unit to keep the carbons from having any bacteria growth, because one of the things that you will find out about most any type of carbon filter, it is the most perfect breeding ground there is for bacteria. So you definitely want to keep that build up off of there, because it keeps the carbon nice and fresh. As you noticed earlier, we explained that there's two KDFs in this, and they are before and after both carbons. The reason for that is, remember that the KDF causes electric charge in the water, which kills live algae, fungi, and bacteria. So because carbon is such a perfect breeding ground for bacteria, we have that before and after the carbon. So when the unit is backflushing itself, as well as when the water is coming into your home, you don't have to worry about any type of bacteria growth inside the unit. Our website is healthywaterman.com, and it's full of all kinds of good information as far as your health, as well as filtering the water and what you need to know in order to make the proper decisions. Because one of the things that I find that people make a real big mistake with is they think with their wallet. Okay, that's how they buy, is with their wallet, not with their education and knowledge. So the more information that you can put up there about what does and what doesn't clean water, what works for your health in the right type of water, because believe me, all water is not that good for your health. Because when you take too much out of the water, it's not good for you. The Creator put water on this earth with the natural minerals in it. That's why the Genesis was designed the way that it is, to put the natural minerals in the water, to leave the calcium, the magnesium, the good minerals that you have to have for good health. Dead water only hinders your health. It doesn't help it. I started in business in 1982. Before that, I used to sell for other companies. And the reason that I created the Genesis UltraMAX is because I had a health problem. And when I found out how important water was, I realized that I wanted live electric charged water. And that's what you get from the Genesis UltraMAX. You get the water with the natural minerals left in it, plus the electric charge. You get a live water. The Genesis UltraMAX is real easy to order. Once you've made the decision, all you have to do is pick up the telephone and call us. No matter where you live, it can be shipped to you. We have instructions on how it can be put in, but we usually have you call us at the time the plumber is there to put it in, so we can talk to the plumber, which makes things go much easier. And we have shipped them are now into 27 different states, plus Vienna, Austria, and Mexico, and we've never had a problem outside the state with the plumbers, because they call in when they're there to put it in, not the day before or the day after. So it makes it really kind of easy, because they're shipped right to your front door, and all they have to do is cut into the main line to install it into your home. If you want, we can arrange the installation for you. But in most cases, people know a plumber that they know and trust. Let me tell you some of the things that I hear from my customers. One lady grows African violets. She tells me how much better her plants do. She's won all kind of contests. She showed me even the stems of them, how strong they are compared to before we had put in the water system. People who are healing themselves naturally, they find out how important the right kind of water is. And you notice I said the right kind. You don't want dead water. You know, you just don't want that. You want live electric type water in your body. You want the electricity in the water, you want the minerals in the water, you want the contaminants removed from the water. And the one thing that made me develop a system like this is when I did start looking into the body, the natural ways of healing. I found that no matter whether you looked spiritually at it, or whether you looked at the mental aspect of it, the nutritional or the physical, every one of them tells you how important the right kind of water is. And I'm so concerned about the future and the children, to make the people understand how important the water is from the birth. Because it doesn't make any sense to me to take a baby out of the womb and then bathe them in chloroform, bromofoam, dichloroethylene, lead, mercury, arsenic. Why do you think we have so many problems with children? Children are developing diseases of the aged. And when I go into homes where they've lost these children, it really makes me feel bad. That's why I have a problem when I'm on television and I talk about that. But that's the only way the message is going to get out there. You want a healthier quality of life for you and your children. You have to start with the foundation. The foundation is your water. Because like I said earlier, you have to understand that most of the contaminants getting into the body are through your bath and your shower, not by drinking it. So to take a newborn baby and bathe them in contaminated water doesn't make a whole lot of sense, now does it? You want your child to be smarter in school, you want to keep the lead out of them. That's why inside the Genesis UltraMAX we have the KDF in there to remove that from the water. So you can have a child that has a better chance at learning when they're in school. You want your child to be able to run, play football, do the arts, be happy, and believe me, the contaminants in the water have something to do with your mood swings, has something to do with your colds, the flus, the ammonias, the cancers, everything. And the pH of the water does too. That's why we talked earlier so much about the pH and how important it is. The chlorine you definitely want out of the water, because even women that die with breast cancer, they find that they have 50 to 60% higher levels of chlorine byproducts in their breast tissue than women that don't have it. Thank you for joining us. I hope that seeing the inside of the Genesis UltraMAX gives you some good insight on what type of water system you want to have in your home. Give us a call at 429-8344, or if you're out of town, at 1-866-7-PURIFY, or go to our website at healthywaterman.com. So remember, healthy water, healthier life. I'm Stephen Russo with AAA Water, and thanks for watching.